716.
Let's go. It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here. Hey.
What up, what up? Good morning, people.
Sorry, Facebook. Sorry. Hey, how y'all doing? Concentrating, doing 50,000 things at the same time. What's going on? We're getting ready to start in a few. What's good, everybody?
What up, what up, what up?
Hey, hey, hey. You know you're tired when you wake up yawning, put those eyes, like you start tearing up. Like I woke up just tears running down the face. Just ridiculous amount of tears. Just every time I yawned, it was just like tears. My body is like, why? Why? We just got to sleep. I understand that. Right. It's like, and guess what? We're still not going to go to sleep when we leave here.
Facts.
We're getting ready to start in a few minutes. Y'all stick with us. Today's going to be an interesting show because I like to push the envelope. Morning, Quita.
Yeah, you do.
And I just want to dispel some rumors. That's all. I'm a fact finder. That's what happens when you are a researcher by nature. You find facts. And that's what I'm doing out here in these streets.
Yeah,
The big man is in the room, y'all.
what's up?
In your salmon colored shirt.
This on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you
All
need?
right, just switch camera real quick. I'm about to walk by.
Go ahead.
Oh, actually, let's see.
I was back.
Was this off when you came in?
The volume was down. But the meter was the only thing that was up.
Let me do it again. Let's see a picture of that. No, I thought we was back yesterday.
Got you.
Maybe she gonna take care this morning. Oh, good morning, y'all.
You got your business cash on.
Need to turn that God's Woman's Ministry
Into a video.
to a video. So much to do.
So you and your wife are definitely one and the same.
What happened?
So when I saw her on Sunday, because some more is starting to get bigger than the baby now. So I'm like, now I gotta look for the baby. The little baby was originally little, beast big now. So I was like, oh, have they finally got rid of the same sleeping schedule? She's like, what is sleep? Definitely married a friend.
Good.
Definitely. One and the same. Two became one. She was like, what is sleep? Because I was like, as they get older, sometimes like the babies fall into the same sleep pattern. They both sleep at the same time. They both wake up at the same time. She was like, what is sleep? Say less. I was like, yes. Finally got to meet Amina when she was awake. Because every time I see her, she knocked out.
Sorry, if somebody asked me a question, I give them an answer.
It's the fact that you're responding back. Look at you. God is working on you. Oh, I finally did respond back to that individual.
Question of the day is a load of crap.
Whatever, get out your feelings. Get out your little feelings.
Why is it more socially accepted for guys to be with big?
No, to be
big
and not women.
and not women. I say cap.
Whatever. Coming from a small person.
I'm not small, okay? I have never been small. All right. Like I told you, in the 7th grade, 7th, 8th grade, I was almost 400 pounds.
Okay, but you're a
380.
grown man right now. And then you're a grown man like big people.
No, I got you, but I was halfway to this mark.
It's not accepted. It's both disgusting.
It's right.
It is more socially acceptable. We'll get into it why, but it is more socially acceptable.
Nope.
Like I said, you're not in the big community. So you don't get big intel.
But no. I observe big in the community. And the level of, oh, she shouldn't have wore that versus, yo, my man need to put a shirt on, is kind of similar. You know what I'm
Clothing
saying?
is different from the actual acceptance of size.
Right, but what I'm saying
It's different.
But what I'm saying is,
So you can't put clothing on that
they're
because
both not socially acceptable.
in their clothing.
Because if they were, whether the shirt was on or whether what she wore was what it was, it wouldn't be a problem.
Mm-mm. I'm not buying it.
Okay.
It's how you handling your fat.
Right. If it's
Fat-
managed,
Fat handling. Yeah, it's crazy. Fire 716, your boy Big Frank. It's your boy Big Frank. Good morning, Chicago, Atlanta, Georgia, Zimbabwe, Greensboro, Riley, Durham, all of them. They legit just, number that. To the Minnesota, not Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, that's Minnesota.
Atlanta, Georgia,
Right.
I had asked them some drivers. They downloaded the app. I was grateful for that.
Let's go.
Yeah. How y'all feeling this morning? Jay Cherie, Kevin Wayne, what it is? What's up?
I'm good. I had a U experience at Uber yesterday. So took this ride, probably should have gotten gas.
You ran out of gas.
I was close.
Oh,
So
as long as you ain't run out.
no. So I was like legit driving, picked up my ride. Dude was gorgeous. Like car smelling effervescent, everything. It was like, bing! I was like, oh, what? I was like, I cannot run out of gas with this fine man in my car.
Oh,
Like,
if it just been
You got
good.
like 5-10 miles.
No. I don't know about your car. My car goes bing. I still got 40 miles. Okay, I still got time. Okay, I am still traveling from Buffalo and going to work in the morning.
Facts.
Yes, but we live
I was just like,
gas line.
Right.
because like then the joint comes up where it doesn't tell you how like your
Just
mileage,
say low.
nothing. It just says low. And I'm just sitting there and like I legit peeped him looking at like my gas tank, like is she gonna get me to work? Like literally pulled off, dropped him off. Thank you, Jesus. Got to the gas station and then met Daniel's wife. Because Daniel's wife was like, "What up, though? Hey, Quita."
No fact. For me, yesterday, I was en route. I was 2 minutes from the guy. I said, I got to get gas. I just got to. And I couldn't get gas too far away because it would cancel the ride.
Gotcha.
So the closer I got, I said, yeah, got to get a gas station. I'm going to get gas right now. I dare you to cancel. I'm 2 minutes away.
Right.
I dare you, I'm 2 minutes away. Yeah,
But
I
the one dude canceled. I got to the Gallery Mall. Dude got mad because he said I'm at the Best Buy entrance. Okay, that's where Jack Astor's used to be. Showed up there.
No.
He was
That's not true.
That's the Best Buy sign.
Yes.
So I'm like, he was like, where are you? I was like, okay, cool. I'll come where you are. I was like, I'll come where you are. Oh, I'm walking. Where are you walking from? Trying to meet this dude, canceled the ride. Just like while I'm en route to try to meet him, boop, cancel. But somebody picked up a ride like right after that. It was right around the corner. So.
Listen, I thought somebody canceled the ride, but I use Waze app. So I transfer my Uber to Pathway, so I still know where I'm going.
Right.
Say let. Just roll by real slow, real creepy, like you just look. But they can't move, but it's fine. Listen, I had a ride yesterday. It's crazy, but they paid well. I've been doing extra stuff, okay? I've been making signs. Y'all want to know my choice, man? I probably should tell y'all, but I've been making unauthorized
stops.
Uber calls me. Are you okay?
Yes.
This tip is paid for gas. Very well, as it feeds up on my actual funds. So yes, so I've been making stops to set location.
I got another stop, but I'll give you a tip. Say less.
Yo, this lady legit was like, I'm a believer. I love God. What you doing out here is amazing. I'm gonna give you a big tip. Lied. Dropped her off at the furniture store. She walked in. No last you heard.
They still got time. If it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, she got time to sleep, wake up, close her app, and get her moving.
She go use it. Your joint gonna pop
up. Yeah, because I've done a ride and I've cashed out.
Yeah.
And knowing I had nothing left, walking in the morning like with 15. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, because I thought that was just flaking. I think somebody. I might need to commercial. Go down this morning, Big Frank. We get back, Big Girl Chronicles right on First. I will see Big Frank in the morning. Let's go. Let's get it. We have a weird request. So one person was like, "Hey."
It's Fire 716. Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning, Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air, Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here. Hey.
Go. So nobody gave these instructions. They hopped out faster than me anyway.
Because they was in the hood, they was fascinated.
Yeah, and so the people inside, I watched. They're like, "Yo, keep calm."
Hey, right.
I'm the Uber driver. They come in and purchase. I don't partake in this, but yeah, this is your work.
Yo.
The young lady was like, "I need some alcohol." You know, here on $15. Well, we gotta go to the hood. It's
right.
Do we have another commercial?
Come create at Hanley Studios, 545 Main Street, Niagara Falls, New York. Poetry, improv, comedy, music, and more. Hanley Studios, available for renting. We have lights, sound, and stage equipment. Hanley Studios, 545 Main Street, Niagara Falls, New York. We provide live streaming. For more information, call 716-371-2780, extension 2, 716-371-2780, extension 2. Fire 716 Radio, serving the best in urban and inspirational music.
As assumption, we talked about it. We know what he knew what he don't know nothing. He said he'll be at that church Sunday morning because the church is look. Did you see church?
Wait a
Whoa!
Yeah.
Church. Okay. After probably 2 days and a half, and then.
Hey, hold on.
I was like,
No, leave the screen open. Leave the screen open.
no.
We're talking about a set location with a set little man.
I know the man y'all talking about.
He was here two days prior to do like revival.
Okay.
So
that's
in a place.
Right.
In a place.
Give me the general area.
In the hood. Just in case.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Genesee, small church.
Between Jefferson?
No further down. Between
Fillmore?
Between Bailey and
okay.
And Froman.
Say less.
Like area.
Freud.
Freud. F-R-E-E-U-D.
Oh,
I know.
She said the street.
Right.
You said the street, and that's the street. My street is off. I think I'm at the corner of like.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And,
Family Dollar. McDonald's. Liquor store.
Further down, like go past before the gas station.
Bailey.
Past Bailey, before the gas station.
Just mute the mics.
No, it doesn't work. That's not real.
I got you.
LC in church.
That's his family church.
Got you.
Listen to me. Listen, we know when the family executes well, and we know when the family is a little shiesty, and sometimes it's just what it is. Because when the, I sometimes, you know what? Yeah. Sometimes, he's for a reason.
Yeah.
For a set people, because clearly the members reflect with you. Because clearly, one lady was in.
Yeah.
So the lady in there, she's very thin and very produces. I don't want to yield that she may be.
Got you.
CCing. Okay.
Lord.
I know, but she was just doing a lot.
It was a lot.
Got you.
Like at some point, she had turned around and spin like she was doing, like she was in the model and said, "What is happening? What is going on?" And then
It was an interesting.
y'all don't listen to me. I'm not telling my church is not perfect. We are not without flaw. Then the singing upon arrival.
We gotta do better as a church.
Two different singers were singing, and they were both. What is happening? They gotta put me in the pulpit. I said, it was like Bishop. Bless you. She got on the front row.
Yeah.
So it's my pastor, and it was like, ooh.
Yeah, it was a little tight. All three of us supposed to sit
Child. I'm being petty now, but
I was grateful. No, the one thing I was grateful for, AC. Because when I pulled up, I was like, this might be a hot situation because the joint looked tight. Thank God for the AC because it was gonna be warm. If there was no AC.
It was so yeah, I think he just told me he was coming to covenant. I don't think he wasn't we already had discussed that.
Because I was like, oh God, I hope that wasn't the case. Because that would have been real awkward.
Because it's like, you got to choose your 2 o'clock service, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be plowing, and then the plow don't work, and then you're like, hey.
Yeah. Because he didn't know we had 2 services.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, 10 a.m., our power, 2 p.m.
Well, he text you.
Inbox, bruh. Relax.
Still dangerous.
Relax.
Still dangerous.
But you ain't got no number? Oh? Then I got, yeah. You text me the other time. Huh? Yeah. Oh. I'm not saying, no, I get it, I understand, but, yeah.
Bruh, okay, first of all, relax.
Yeah, hello? Hit my line.
Okay, first of all, relax. The conversation went like this. Thank you for the word. You confirmed something that Frank already said 2 weeks
I
ago.
said, girl, the purpose side, girl. If God is revealing you to the men of God, I'm just kidding.
You're aggravated. You confirmed something that Frank said a couple weeks ago. This was definitely a confirmation. Oh, I want to pull up the COG. We have 2 services now. 10 a.m. our power, 2 p.m. full service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody go.
You are aggravated.
When the prophets come a calling, I get that.
God, you're so aggravated.
Who coming out there?
Mm-hmm.
I need this to be fixed before I leave.
Aggravating. Just aggravating.
What's her name?
Love this song, hate her talking voice. Oh my
Terrible.
God. Like, who in the camp calls this curse on your voice? Because like, legit, watching the movie, I didn't want to finish watching the movie because her voice was irritating me the whole movie. I was just like,
I don't know how that girl played her. Like, I know you had to do some type of practice on how to keep your nostrils.
I'm just like, I don't excuse Dre for choking you, but that voice kind of.
I would have choked.
I was like, this is a lot. Like the movie just seemed a lot longer than what it actually was because her talking voice was just aggravating. I'm just like, this is Dre. Yo, put some bass on that. Like, I was so aggravated.
Something in my heart. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I'm just trying to handle affairs before I get out of town, and things are not flowing as I need them to be.
And the fact that he was about to beat this girl while she was singing the song. Like,
In front of everybody.
What song is it? Who is it?
Michelle A.
Michelle A. What's the name?
Dre, baby mama.
Big mom.
Michelle A.
Big mama.
It's the voice.
Oh my God, Dre. Don't talk to me like that, Dre.
No, she did.
Like, legit, if you don't get this right, I'm gonna beat the life out of you. That's real Ike-ish right there, Dre. Out here just threatening to beat people.
Come on, God. my hope is that you are able to address the Iraqis challenges I'm having right now, period. I seen a code in there yesterday, so I thought we were all set, but it was still only the demo version, period. Welcome, y'all. I'm just trying to just handle some stuff.
There's something in my heart. Always got me hooked on you. Your taste in people will change when you learn to love yourself.
What? I'm not doing good.
What?
Taste in people.
Yes. Your
Taste
taste in
in
people.
I legit thought, no, for real, I thought you said tasting people. I'm like, that's a lot
Yo.
for 8:30 in the morning. It's like, that's a whole lot.
Yeah, that is funny.
So I am out of touch with driving Uber.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally 8-9 hours, I can go straight.
Mm-hmm.
Solid 5. I was like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I reached my goal for today, but it was just like.
Good. I need to reach it. I have to go today too.
Why do you say that? I said, let me tell you a quick story. I said, when I met your stepmom, I called myself put my foot down. I said,
That's
just
the
because we married and we stay in the same house, don't come putting restrictions on me like a lot of these other wives do. Because I'm a grown man. I take pride in that. I said, it's going to be days that I decide.
Good try to go. Jay Cherie, it's on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles. And even though I am looking forward to the messiness of the question of the day, I just want to do this Big Girl Chronicles telling you it's time to be fearless. So let me elaborate on where this is coming from. So if you do not already know, as my followers, I am a preacher of this gospel. And I have to preach this weekend, which has caused a different kind of pressure because of the word that God has definitely given me for this week. And I had to deal with the fact that I'm a person who likes to know everything before walking into the situation. And so for me, not having everything that you need is, for me, translates as being unprepared while God is speaking to me in clippings and basically telling me, like, I'm going to have you, when you execute this word, it's going to be okay. Just take the notes that I have you and walk forward with it. And I was literally tussling with the Lord because I'm like, in my mind, it's unpreparedness, but God was like, it's just time to be fearless with it. And I had to get to the place where it's understanding that you can't say that you're a proclaimer of the faith, but you're afraid to be fearless. Because in this walk, in this transition, you cannot continue to walk in fear because in your mind, what is translating is being unprepared. God is just saying, I need you to trust me and be fearless. Yeah. And you have to be okay with coming out of yourself. And for me, it was different because I had a vision of what Sunday is going to look like. And I was like, oh, mighty God. But it was like me actually becoming free and being fearless with doing what God has called me to do, walking in what God called me to walk in, and trusting the fact that God wouldn't leave me out there. And how often as people do we kind of shy away from what we're called to be and what we're supposed to because we feel unprepared. But we're saying in this season, and God is saying in this season, you need to become fearless. If it's time, it's time to stop self-doubting yourself, having self-doubt in yourself, and just become fearless. If you need to step out on doing that job, be fearless and step out on doing that job. If you need to start that business, be fearless with starting that business. If it's time to execute and it's time to elevate in the spirit, be fearless with operating into where you are going. This is not the season. And God even says it in His word, I did not give you the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. So if God already orchestrated us to have power and love and a sound mind, why are we operating in fear? It's just the season for us to be fearless. So in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, I am letting you all know now, it's time to be fearless. No more delay. Because you're beautiful.
Yeah.
You're intelligent.
Yeah.
And you're graceful.
Yeah.
You are big people.
You're big.
And this is your edition of Big Girl Chronicles.
That's valid. Be fearless. I was talking to this lady yesterday named Belinda from down the way. And legit. Yeah, that's her name.
It was the down the way from
right.
down the way. And it's just, God got it. God has it to be okay, but you just got to step out on it. And I don't even know what I'm doing, God, but I'm stepping out, God.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go not knowing. And
this is definitely a season of not knowing.
yeah, because listen.
This is the season of the unknown for real.
Because the miracle is in the unknown. The transformation is in the unknown. But if you're trying to stay in the known, you're going to be stuck. Because faith requires not knowing. It is the mystery of God. So you got to operate in not knowing. The apostle Bishop Robert Henderson would say, calculated risk. Meaning that, God, you can go this way, you can go that way. Oh, God, you cannot do these ways at all. But I'm going to go ahead and step out on faith this way. So it'd be like that. Listen, coming back, we got a question of the day. Why is it more socially accepted for guys to be big and not women? Lumberjack. It's going down far as I want to say. It's your boy Big Frank. We better get into it. Don't miss it right here on Big Frank in the morning. The socially, hold on, wait. My baby don't talk to me. She giving me the 3rd degree. But then there, oh, let me get a little more of this. Getting on it. My best part coming up. One for me to be like my girl in the whole wide world. Come home to me, girl. It's sweet potato pie. Another part of here. On you. No, it's why to see your honey was hard. Hey, yo, sing it, my favorite thing. On Facebook, tweet me. Only one you ever see.
If you meet her on Facebook, tweet me.
Right. He's still old. Leave him on. Like sweet potato pie.
That is the oldest thing I have ever heard. If you meet her on Facebook, tweet me.
Because I sent you because I bet you on Facebook. I'm sending you, let you know. That makes sense. Don't come from my guy. I met you on Facebook, but I'm sending you my Twitter hashtag because I feel like Facebook is for the kids. So we're going to Twitter.
You better
try to
justify that.
Because that's valid. Because there's people who be just like, I'm on Facebook real quick. We don't be over here all day. That's so high schoolish for the now be over here on Twitter.
I hate Twitter.
Twitter so that I get on Twitter just to start my wife where I split comments so I can post it later.
I don't even tweet like that.
I go on Twitter because she's the little tweet twat. And when she go over there to talk to them, say less.
I don't know when the last time I tweeted.
I tweet the fight. Tweet the fight. Oh, that's how you feel, but you ain't told me?
I'm more on Instagram and Facebook.
I ain't on none of them.
I just took off Facebook on my phone. I'm not get mad at me. What do you get mad? Dang, you ain't even write me
Mia, good morning.
An anniversary post.
Pastor Mia.
I said, man, I just told you I'm getting off of Facebook. I download the app Sunday morning for church. Then I'm off.
I just don't pick up. Nope.
I
might scroll a reel, you know.
Yeah, I'm not doing real. I'm only downloading it because I got access to the church, to my own.
Mia Lanice, the preacher is on.
Yeah. Listen.
Elder Mia.
Yeah.
Say that.
The question of the day up there.
Yeah.
Why is it allegedly socially acceptable for men to be big and not women?
It is more socially.
It's not though.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
You have never heard it's big girl season. You have heard it's big boy season. It's chubby boy season.
When you heard that? When have you ever heard it's
on
chubby
Facebook.
boy season?
On Facebook.
Or big boy season?
It is big boy season. Valid.
Told you.
I call it cuffing season.
It's cuffing season.
It's the winter time.
But they say it's big. But who is big boy season? It's chubby boy season.
That's vice versa to me because the thing about that is the fact that because you're big, you're gonna get more heat out.
Right.
You got more flubber to offer.
This is what I said. Like,
But still, like,
two big
so
people
even
is not-
if
No,
a person
in the
is
summertime.
tall and big, you're like, oh, they're big because they're tall. But if you see a tall, big woman, it's like, oh, she don't even need to be that big, even when she's tall.
No,
They're like,
I say this. I'm gonna say
Never
this.
have I ever heard that.
because you are in
Thank
skinny
you.
people company. Like,
No.
But this is my I think it is about how you carry and conduct your way. Because listen, I'm not a whore. I'm just
It's
not.
very much more acceptable for a man to be big than a woman.
thank you.
It's not.
Thank you. Because you're not in the big people community.
Because
this is why.
Because our big isn't always just obese big.
Fact.
It can be muscular big. You asked me a question that y'all set up. Y'all said these terms, okay? You asking me the question while y'all decided to admire and admonish and to highlight the fact that he big. Frank been in the club. Ooh.
Just because you haven't heard it doesn't make it.
Come on, preacher, man. But
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no, don't ask society. Ask the women who have validated that you have the appetite.
and then talk to the men who have body shame fat.
But you gotta talk to the same women.
The majority like big women.
But you gotta talk. You gotta talk to the same women that body shame men. So this is a two-way street, and I cannot say that it is just more acceptable this way. But I will say that it's a two-way street because there are women who have body shame and the dog men who are overweight and big as well.
Legit.
So it's a two-way street. Society don't like fat people. Socially,
And
we
then
consider
Queen
them
said,
big.
somebody told me that before, oh, you so tall, you not that big, LOL. Like what? Because it becomes acceptable. If you are tall, it'd be like, yo, it's okay for them to be big.
I can't say that
big is different. My boy Dylan is big,
these metrics.
and I'm big. And we can weigh the same, but our height different makes a difference. This right here is 390 pounds, 6'5".
Let's Monsters Inc. Dylan is Mike Wazowski. Frank is I forgot
Sully.
And it's just a matter of when somebody says to you,
Thank you, Mia. Women's bodies are policed much more than men's. It's very true.
You know what?
When you are
what you're listening to,
no,
because
it's a general. Because I actually had it, and I was telling Kevin in the car. I actually had this conversation with male friends. Like they was like, oh no, they was like when I see a big woman, and I said they said this to me. They was like, not with you, because for them I was more the exception, not the rule. But it was like, oh, when I see a big woman, oh, she's not taking care of herself. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to take care of her for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to do this. But it's not the same with dudes. It's not like you see a big dude.
But now watch this. Number one, here we got a situation already.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, that is based off how that woman tends and handles her fat, her flow, and herself. Okay, because just because you're big doesn't mean you're unhealthy.
Facts.
That's a limited mindset. Number one. Number two, look at my numbers go. Number two, that's just their perspective. Because for me, just because you're big doesn't say, I just got to take care of forever. No, if you're going to, you're going to. Now, if you're coming here for just physical aesthetics, some people like that. There are people who love nothing but a big. I'm not playing with nothing less than. Okay, and so it's like that. But as men, number one, when you think provider, you're gonna think somebody who can protect, and you're gonna think somebody who's bigger.
It's buzzing.
Is the song playing? It's gonna be a laptop. You hit that board over there somewhere, some kind of way. Is it your microphone? Just touch it. It's not up. It just.
Mm-mm.
It's the board. Turn the music up. Turn the music up. Turn the music up.
Put your headphones on. That's feedback.
It's not feedback.
No, well, not yeah.
It's the board. The board that's always been buzzing.
Right, but it ain't been as loud. I ain't never heard it like
So
that.
you probably move the board or something. Like it's been running for.
There we go.
Cause I'll be like that.
But back to the big discussion.
So I think I get it. I get the idea of it.
Or you'd
And
be like, well, she had kids, so that's why she's big. But what if you ain't got no
kids, right?
no. That is
Some big. Sometimes it's genetics.
right. But no. So let's back up here now.
Nobody cares
because
why you're big. I don't like
Because your preference is thick women.
So because you know Frank. Now, Frank, to be very honest with you guys,
don't like big women.
I'm not attracted to bigger women. I have a type, but I'm not going to degrade, deny, shut down. Right. I just like the way bones come through the skin. Yeah. Ain't that dumb? Ain't that don't act?
No, but no. And the thing is, it's not a knock on your preference.
What?
I like the way bones come through skin. That's just his guy.
That sounds terrible. This is what I think of. Oh, you're about to.
No, like like people don't. I'm not knocking the preference.
Right.
It just makes it means women are always have to explain or give an excuse to why they're big, and that is true. Like it is true. They're like, there gotta be something going on with her that she big. Like, and don't get me wrong, dudes, both men and women can have bigness for a reason. For me personally, I was a stress eater. Mm-hmm. And then that was my coping mechanism. I stress, I cope, I go to food. That was my route. It came from somewhere. It is what it is. But as a big woman, I've had to explain more why I'm big than any big dude I have ever known has not had to explain their ways.
You listen to me, and I'm gonna say this, and I hope this is most encouraging. You don't have to explain.
You like the way the bone
comes through skin. No, damn it.
That's what I think of.
But listen, I just I like the way that the veins come across the forearm. Don't ask me these questions. That's why you just my type, girl. Girl. Not really. That's just I don't know. Don't ask me no questions. I don't know why that's even why that's. I don't know why that decides to be the fact that that's not.
Especially because your mama ain't here.
Right. Listen, but I've been in relations with those who have been plus size, but it hasn't just been my type. And that can be to the fact that now my type is my type. But I want to say this. You don't have to explain why you're big once you handle yourself on a top tier level. Now I got sisters, yourself you included, who are bigger. Yeah. But you guys, you carry yourself as a nigga, please, okay? Top tier quality, prime FDA approved.
Wow. We're big meat, apparently.
You got to forgive me. It's like I'm talking.
And that's what I said to Kevin. I said, because he was like, he was like, a certain, I'm not going to put her out there. He's like, a certain individual is a BBW. I was like, she's not a BBW. She is thick. Because
my wife. Thick.
She is thick, but she's not a BBW because there is a difference. Thick, because Ebony, especially Ebony, has gotten small. She's smaller in the middle. Right. So that is considered thick. BBW, Ebony is hourglass. BBW are full glasses. Okay. No. We are full like Sharita. Sharita has a shape. She's considered thick now, especially because when she was a little bit bigger, okay, she was on the scope of BBW, but she wasn't. But I am a full BBW.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just, I didn't know the scale because.
Don't go on the internet because the internet has got many depictions of BBW.
I'm going to be very honest here. I mean, don't let me love me no more after this, but tomorrow's coming. If your physical body displays hindrances to your activity as I watch and observe you, because the man legit, I'm watching you.
Right.
So it's like, dang. Now I want to know what's going on, what's the element, what's the situation, because is this something that we can challenge? Mm-hmm. Is this something that we can work on? And not saying that I want you to be skinny, because some people legit, if you get skinny, I'm leaving you. Like, get out of here. This is not what I came for.
And some big women, if they get skinny, they're gonna look like crackheads because they're not gonna look right. But they're meant to have some kind
it's really about having a healthy lifestyle. Now I know what society says, but you understand that society has depicted an image since the beginning. They want us to be white, but they want the white to be black. They want the hair to be like this. socially, we've been fed everything to know what it looks like. But I think that you gotta find your balance. You don't have to explain why you're big.
Nia said a woman can be the most put together person in the room, but they are still looked at different because they are big. Morning, Shadette.
So there's a meter here.
Uh-huh.
Like I
There's
said,
3 tiers
Okay.
to BBW. Less than 200 pounds.
Uh-huh.
I would not consider you to be a BBW.
that's not a BBW.
Right.
200 to 300
Nobody speaks.
ever.
We shouldn't be.
But that's
Yeah.
BBW range.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? 3 and more.
You're
That's
obese.
overly excessive.
Yeah.
Excessive. You're obese at that point. That's my cap. Don't hit the 300 mark. Don't hit the 280 mark. You get what I'm saying? But that's what society is saying. Minimum weight requirements to be a BBW: less than 200 pounds, 200 to 300 pounds, 300 pounds or more. Now, let's have the conversation. What's a BBW? And what is the requirements? Because at the end of the day, it's not socially acceptable just because you're a
So
woman.
is it a big body woman?
Because you're a man. Big, beautiful woman.
Big beautiful
That,
woman.
I'm about to go back to the article. Listen,
That's what BBW is.
That's a big body woman. Just
it was a little joint right here. Height is a part of the consideration.
Uh-huh.
BBW is a state of mind. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not big enough to be a BBW. You don't need to justify your reasons for calling yourself a BBW.
Shadette said Frank don't do us.
Where's the actual consideration of of being a BBW, a big, beautiful woman, is in your mind and heart.
But here's the thing. The
So,
term
your heart-
BBW was given to big women by dudes. No women came up with BBW. It's a dude term.
And that's not a bad
That's
thing.
not a bad
No, what
thing.
I'm saying, though, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it was.
I
I
saw
wish she was
her.
in the studio today
She's
too,
big. She's bodied beautifully.
Big
She's
body.
a woman. In fact, we got to play what is a woman now. We got a whole lot more battles.
Shadette, you are fake. You are not a BBW.
No, and big, but
She is what she want to be.
right. And there are people who listen. If I am
She
listen,
said I call myself super thick.
because I've never think BBW. You're blending for me, okay? It's a blended category.
Yes.
Like, granted, there's skin and bones. Is bones and skin. Is light meat, lightweight. I don't SSW. Silk, skinny silk. Slim slick. Women. I don't know what you want to call it, but.
I'm over to
Listen. But see, and she ain't proud to say she a BBW though.
Right, and it's
Like the thing is not the term. It's just the fact that it is.
y'all might get mad at me.
It is really so.
Y'all might
It is
get mad at
more
me.
socially acceptable for dudes to be big and not women.
Look, I'm gonna be
It's
honest.
not socially
Let me
acceptable.
call a spade and tell y'all what this TI is. Okay, you can be big. I've been saying the whole time the most beautiful way that I can.
Facts.
That you have to just take care of yourself and take yourself and make sure
That's
it's
it,
proper,
that's all.
and you'll be good and Gucci. But when it's not tamed and it's overwhelming and it's over places and you just can't access the goodness without having to go through trials and error, we have a challenge here, okay? And I'm not saying that everything is always easy for everybody, but your physical appearance plays a role in the way that a man thinks. So some men are attracted to big, thick, Amazon women, not a problem. You know, BBWs, some of them, they have a different type. Now, society has made us providers, and we got to have a look fit for y'all too. This is definitely a two-way street. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh no, Frank has been the big guy and the big guy in the room, and Kevin is gonna get more play than Frank the big guy right now. I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna get more play, because my big hit different now, but how big I am makes a difference. Now, I'm tall and big, so I make this look good. But somebody else whose shirt might just barely make that bottom cuff, and they might stretch one time. Ooh, he just okay. You know,
He too big.
and I think like I told you, I'm at how you manage what you have and deliver it makes a difference.
Right.
For real. Like, you can be big and out here, city girl summer, and you feel like it's a girl right now. I can't call her name out because they play music, and and she a big girl, but she's trying to be a Cardi B big girl. And go ahead, sis. But that's not attractive to me. At the same time, I seen the show with the old heads. Big Mama came out 5 as big as 2 houses on the side of the corner. Okay, and she came out bow leg, not knee, and wobbling, but the crowd loved her. Okay, shaking.
Yeah. The dance.
You know what she remind me of? I gotta see a video. So I get what society says, and I don't have an answer for you to why it's that way. I don't have an answer to you to why it's acceptable. I can just say that there are those who handle themselves well. And I think that's the same thing.
But that's the thing though. If a guy looks at a woman, and I'm not knocking a guy looking at a woman, and if she is sloppy, if she looks unhealthy, like yo, I don't really want to take that risk. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking that at all. Like if he's on here, I'm whatever. Dad, you're here. Me and my father had a heated conversation because he judges big women.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nigga, your wife was big. She had a kid. Your wife had 7 years between each kid. She was still big. Nigga, you was big when you met your wife. But for him, it was like, when a woman big, no man want to be with her because she looked like she can't take care of herself. Your wife was big up until the day she died. She was still big. But this is for me as being a big woman, I'm exposed to this type of...
What you put in there? Old school?
Old school.
Like, for me, as a big woman, I'm exposed to his kind of opinion more often. But when it's like, but the term chubby chaser is for guys. Like, oh, like if a girl like, oh, I'm a chubby chaser, they like big dudes. Like, oh, I'm not dating no small man. For us,
right, and that,
but chubby chasing on a guy's perspective has been more socially acceptable. The BBW also being acceptable now is only recent. But dudes being big, it's been like, yo, okay, he a big dude, maybe he trying to get himself together. A lot of dudes see a big one, oh, she sloppy with it. Oh, she did, and she could be looking like me in this t-shirt and capris. Oh no, she sloppy with it. First of all, I have never been sloppy. But like that, it is an opinion. And like I said, when you're a big woman and you hear the narrative, you're exposed to it more.
You got to get around. You got to get you around BBW. Listen. You better get you around some BBW attendants.
Me to say, even the whole sloppy thing is debatable. If a smaller girl throws on sweats, a tank top, and a messy bun, it's cute. Why ain't it cute for you? Like,
we are judged.
It is. Let me
y'all judging yourself.
Let me tell you why. Because you're bigger, it hit different.
Right.
I'm so sorry that the fact that skinny girl can put that on and it falls straight. No, I can see you. So if your shirt is tight and you coming up, I can see you. I'm fat, okay? This certain clothes I want is to fall straight. They don't fall straight. They fall out. They fall to the side. It doesn't look as clean just because it's just got a straight shirt. I'm not saying that, we judge. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you.
You said, oh my God, you know what I hate when people be like, oh, you cute to be a big. Yo, when I tell you I hate this term, I hate this. There's not a lot of things I say that I hate. You cute for a big girl makes me want to punch you in your nuts. I'm so serious. Like,
that is a compliment.
You cute for a big girl is an insult.
It's not.
For a big girl, it's an insult. It's an insult.
Because it's kind of saying big girls aren't cute.
So what I'm telling you is that, that based on the big people that I see, they've been unattractive to me. Now, for you to be a big girl, I've made the decision in my mind that big girls are a certain kind of way. But when I see you, you broke the mold for me. But you're not processing that for me.
Fact.
You're not saying the fact that, I have a stereotype about big girls that you may not disagree with. But the fact that I'm telling you that you're cute for a big girl means that you step outside of you, as though you may be offended. For me, you step outside the mold that I was accustomed to. But some people just like,
mm-mm. That's like me walking to do be like, yo, you cute for a fat guy. That's insulting.
Baby, I know I am, baby.
The word association for big and ugly, it's a word association. Because if you thought I was cute, you don't never say to a skinny woman, oh, you cute for a skinny woman. They be like, oh, she real cute. They never say for a skinny person, but saying you cute for a fat person is insulting.
Because my concept, because you don't want my truth. Everybody wants it.
It's the same thing as saying you're cute for a black girl.
Yeah, because my concept says
But
black women are ugly.
it's-
That black women are destiny, but you broke the mold for me.
No.
You're beautiful for a black girl because I thought black women were ghetto, ratchet, and ugly and dusty. But for me, you broke the mold. Now you don't agree with my delivery, and you offended. Fire said once again, but refrain. And it can be racist. It can be all those things. Okay, I get it. But but I took the moment for those who are just tuning in because I'm already in the conversation
Yeah.
to let you know that though I have my opinions about y'all kind, that you look good.
You stand outside.
You stand outside of
That's
that.
still very.
You are the
it's
exception to the
it's
rule.
still
It's still
insulting.
kind of insulting.
Be insulted or take the good, leave the bad. Because Frank, you
Or
good
just-
for a big black burly gorilla looking. Thank you.
That's that is insulting.
Thank you. I don't know.
So if you guys have not followed us on Facebook and YouTube, just follow us on. We're getting into the question of the day. The question of the day is why is it more socially acceptable for guys to be big than girls, and then they translate it into comments and how big is defined in the tiers of BBW. And this heated conversation turned into how should one of our viewers should that post? And Ronquita posted, I can't stand when people say you're cute for a big person, and it is very insulting because you do not hear guys saying to a skinny woman you're cute for being skinny. Like you don't hear that. They're like, oh, she bad. Oh, she fine. Oh, she look good. Saying you're cute for a big woman is
It's
insulting.
because the fact that
all big women are ugly.
right, but the dudes that I've come across are ugly to me and have been very unattractive, and I came across you and you looked better than all of them, and you're good for a big girl.
Okay. Just like all big women aren't attractive,
Facts. They're all
all skinny women
Are not attractive.
So I'll say this coming from me. Skinny women are uglier than big women. I'm gonna put it out there. I ain't gonna say they look different for me.
yes.
A skinny woman, it's just something about her that just don't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? A bigger woman is thick cheeks, nice little,
Go ahead, phones of Solomon.
But like certain things, a skinny woman, certain assets a skinny woman has aren't attractive to me like they are.
Like for me, I like balanced bodies.
Balance.
I
It has to be
like
a good
that.
balance.
I don't like I don't like big booty. I'm not. I love but everybody's for everybody. I like me
With cheeks.
like a good AB cup, ABCD, EFG. But that's just been my type for me. It's just that's
You got
just
big hands, bro.
I do, but I can't quote the song that triggered the situation, but it's just that's just something that I like, and I'm not necessarily a big butt man. My wife has one, and I'm grateful for the things that God has done. But it's just not. But she's proportioned well. Like I love. That's what I love. So she has said to me, I'm probably exposing too much, but I'm sorry, man. After the kids, she might want to go, get herself her due diligence. I said, okay, not a problem, but don't go out here too crazy. Because I would clearly we cut them off, like slice and dice.
Mia said, just say the person's attractive. Adding things to the tail end of the compliment is rude. It doesn't matter if that's not how you meant it. It's rude. It is rude though.
It's their heart. That's just, listen, out of the issues of my heart.
Her cheekbones is what I meant.
Her
face.
Because like I said, dudes don't go around and be like, oh, she ugly for a skinny woman. Or like they
What?
No, what I'm
I
saying
was
is
just at a barbecue yesterday, and my uncle was like, man, I knocked that big girl down, that skinny joint.
no, what I'm saying, like, okay.
I just talked about the lady at the church.
But what I'm saying is like
little CC it.
but like when people look at I'm gonna just use Tiana Taylor because a lot of guys like Tiana.
Cold.
They like, yo, but you don't be like, yo, Tiana Taylor, she cute for, she fine for a, a
Nah,
bigger
she
woman.
cute to have a raspy voice.
Like, But
Like,
then
come on,
they
yo.
don't say, "Oh, she's pretty for her
Yeah.
body." They were like, "Oh, she a baddie. Yo, she got
When
that."
she talks, she
Right.
Just tell me I'm attractive. Like me and said, just tell me I'm attractive. Don't add that
No,
fucking big
because
person because that's
The medical
insulting.
coroners got you in categories, okay? I am on the morbidly obese list. I am off the chart.
The BMI is meant for white.
My height to fat ratio is in the kingdom's territory. Okay, so I get the desire, but I hate to. It's as rude as it may be. It is the honest fact that listen, just like that, you can go to you a BBW, okay? BBW, you good with BBW, whatever the case may be. There's categories and there's tiers, and people add on, people don't. People who I'm just saying this real, people who have that average, regular, supposedly healthy weight, it's just regular. It is regular. You are in fortunately, you are in the category by yourself when you come into the plus size. You are that. But and I prefer BBW. Just you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're fine, girl, bang. But who I am today. You made a statement and you said that there are people who are thick and they have shape. Okay.
They're shapy.
They're shapy. They got a little bit of little Coke bottle.
Yeah.
Another bottle they got Gatorade. they got ridges. You know, we got that. But then you said there's another tier where it's just body.
No,
So-
I was making a joke. I said some people are an hourglass. I'm a full glass. Like,
Got you. So even with that being statement, you're talking about shape wise. This is just a different presentation. Okay, and everybody has the right to their opinion, and that's something that you just can't shake or you can't deny. I think that there's always a better way to highlight beauty, to say certain things a certain way.
Sure.
But some people, I'm not hating, though it seems rude, they are caught off guard by the fact that you came out popping like this, and they have a preconceived notion.
Yeah.
There's people who just unattractive, and you don't know their experiences. Their mom could have been fat, and that could have been disgusting to them. They could have seen some stuff that just turned them off. Like this, like we're not just talking about, oh, you just down good for nothing. Big Mama is great as old, but seeing that was traumatizing. Seeing her in the moo does hurt sometimes. See, this is just it's a turn off for me. And let's talk. I'm a big guy. Seeing black mold on some these, and I'm saying this because I am a big guy, so I know that things rub. And for certain people, these things can be a turn off for them. And
if it's not your type, that's right. That's okay. But like the adding it's like for me it's nice nasty. And for those who are on here who know, y'all know me, I love Jesus, but it's Talk Your Talk Tuesday, and I'm gonna be real raw with it for just a second. Love me through it. I'll be ministering to y'all soon. That's like me saying, "Oh, you did that for having a small penis." You're not gonna take that as a compliment. You're gonna be like, "Yo, she just legit called my penis small."
But did you? Okay. Did you? Okay. You want to talk about it? You out here running and grabbing it. I'm just saying, did it do it?
But that's what I said. Like, a dude is not gonna be like, "Yo, she just," because like in your mind, you all right, you good, you know, you living your best life, and she just literally just told you to your face, your penis is small. You're not gonna take the compliment. You'll be like, "Wait a minute, she just called my penis small."
Listen.
Like that's that's how that comes off.
You did that to have a little pain. I did.
Thank
Now. Are you gonna go back and complain?
No, we went over.
Okay, thank you.
Mia said, "This is
Where you at now?
Mia said this is the issue that I'm having with my brothers on the show today. You cannot tell someone what you say to them isn't offensive. You cannot invalidate people's entire lives because you aren't trying to be rude. It will never be okay to say certain things because you don't think it's okay."
Right? No, fact. So because you're offended by.
Oh, Shanessa walking up saying, "Oh, you're a C cup, huh?" You preach, but your man boo was tickling. Like,
thank you. Did you get your word? Awesome. Did you get deliverance?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, definitely, because the way that I deliver the message may offend you.
Right.
Granted, and I have a choice whether I'm going to change or not. But if you accept that, you smile and you got attitude later on and we moving, or I just big game to you and said that to you, I got your number and now we talking. Yeah, I mean, this sort of like be about different things.
I've had that said to me before, but my clapback life is real. So like, I had a dude come up to me like, "Yo, you cute for a big girl." I was like, "Well, you'd be cute if you wasn't ugly." Because what we're not gonna do is you're not gonna give me a backwards compliment. First of all, I'm just cute. Like, first of all, don't ever downplay my cuteness. I'm more than cute. I'm gorgeous.
Right.
But the fact that you was like, you cute for a big girl.
Because
Dude,
but unfortunately, in this 30-second, 10-second encounter, and I'm not saying it's not offensive to you. I have my own proclivity. I have my own desires. And I'm telling you right now, I thought that you was ugly. As a big girl, there are people who have a big person concept who think they is dusty, nasty, and they just not in for them.
Should that say, Frank, would you be offended if somebody gifted you a bra? Would that be offensive?
No, give me the bra. We gonna keep on moving.
Don't ask Frank them kind of questions because he's
I'm gonna give it to my wife. My cups is the same. What you
He's a different breed.
Okay.
Frank is a different breed of man, so that kind of response.
Listen, I know when my nipples hard.
That stuff don't bother
I know when
me.
they bounce. I know when they not maintained. I know when I just put on the beater on. I'm well aware. You ain't saying nothing that I don't know about.
Frank is not the general population of tall big men.
Listen, I've been big. I've been fat to myself since I was 10 years old. In reality, I ain't really been fat as I look back at pictures, but to myself, since 10, Frank has been fat and has man boobs. This is just what it is. And for me, I got the best privilege you ever have. You know what I'm saying? Listen, okay,
why can't you just call them cute?
Because the shock factor is that I've decided in my mind before I ever met you that I'm not attracted to that which is big. So for me, I've always had the ideology and the concept that says all big girls is what it is. Listen, for you to be a big girl, you are beautiful. I am actually shocked at the fact that you are outside of the scope of what I've had. Now that could have been a better delivery, but this is just how I delivered it. This is just how I thought it. Okay, for a white girl, you kind of cute. You got body for a white girl.
Fact.
I've said it.
Because how many white girls get offended?
Because they want to be us anyway.
Because they want to be y'all.
So because I said that for you to be a white girl, I in my mind I got y'all boarded up. Y'all boarded on every side. Okay, I'm not seeing much shape, but for you to come out and have you. Body. You know, I've said that, but I get it.
I'm like him. I've been this way and confident on 12. Most people do not handle us well. Quita said, just like I'm 225 and I'm anemic, and people be like, you too big to be called. She said, like, B, so what? I ain't know being cold had a weight limit, and I'll bop you with my blanket.
Yo. No, but yeah, I think that
I get it. Like, I mean, from your perspective, it's kind of
delivered. You don't have to accept
the package. To say, okay, you big for a bigger, you're cute for a bigger.
But man, let's have a better approach. The game is
right.
The game is too.
Because even
when I watch him, like, girl, you look good for a big black girly grizzly bear. Yo, cuddle with you and just what is that?
Because if that's your perspective, is like, yo, she blew my mind. Like, yo, this big girl blew my mind. Like, and she makes me kind of think about changing my decision. Of course, you got to be this tall to ride the ride. But what I'm saying is,
question. You said on the show before, men have come to you and said, you smell good for a big girl.
Yes.
Did that offend you?
Absolutely.
But your delivery wasn't offended. When you talked about it, it wasn't talked about as if you were offended. You talked as if you were confident about the way that you smelled and that you didn't have to worry about it because you didn't smell like other big women.
Because
when it was said to me, when it was said to me, I was offended. And I did say that to him. I was like, all big women don't stink.
But most of them do.
Some of them.
Most.
Some.
So,
my reaction to him, I did let him know it was very offensive. Like when I presented it on the radio, obviously it was a calm conversation. One and two, it didn't just recently happen, so you didn't get raw feelings.
Okay.
But I was just like, sir, like I was like, all big women don't smell, and I was like, and all dudes like you don't look dusty. So it's just kind of like.
But I understand because
but there are some. Let me be clear. There are some big women, and they do smell.
So this is we call it the rule of first mention in the Bible, but if my first encounter has been bad,
Right.
and it has been aromally bad, presentation bad, I now have an idea. Then I come across another one, and that reminds me of that one. So now I have built an idea and a concept.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3, because right now, I can, back to memory from the days of my youth, can recall the aroma that has come from someone who is plus size. I've been there, I've seen it it had happened from youth to growing up. So I get the storyline, and I get the delivery could always been better. You just smell like a delectable gummy bear.
Yes, smells
you know. So I think that the delivery of these things are challenging. We also have to address the fact that some people just have been presented the young lady when I was younger who I didn't have intercourse with just because she had holes in her drawers. And she was a big girl who was talking, and she bent over, and my mind just thought acid. I was naive. I was only like, but the reality is it's just what washing does. It's just what the body discharges, washing cycle. It's just what this does. Nobody's going to put them on a different conversation, but you didn't expect it to be. But yeah, this sounded terrible because he wasn't even in that situation. She had just, we just at the park talking, we was like at the park just, and she had just been over to pick up a piece of paper, and I just seen these acid holes. I said, dang, and I just stopped talking to her, shut it down, boom. And she was like, I was calling you because I was going to get up to you, and no. You're going to be sizzling my, But what happened, I said that story earlier, Frank, life is real. Yeah. Because these scenarios had created an image for me. Yeah. Which now is like, so it's like, I have this concept. Yeah. So it was like now, to see somebody who defies what I've been experiencing is like crazy. That delivery isn't always the best. I'm not delivery can still be better, but it's like,
I mean, like I said, as a big woman, are there big women out there? Holy draw. Are there big women out there that do smell? Yes. And that's another reason why Big Girl Chronicles was birthed. But like, and yes, sometimes, and this is Talk Tuesday, so let's just be honest. When you are a bigger woman, certain things need to be addressed a little bit more. If you got to get that little joint, with the sponge on the side, the loofah with the back. Sometimes you got to squeeze when you finish peeing to make sure there ain't no extra urine in the flaps, because it is what it is. Like, because like real talk, like you're not addressing the issue.
I thought she was like going toward the men.
No. When you sit, Pete, you gotta squeeze, make sure everything come out the flats, because it's sitting in there, and then it's resonating in your underwear, so you got must and pee. Like this is things that happen with big women. I'm just being honest. So like address the issues, but like people like me, like I do get that, like, wow, you smell really good. Like I've had a guy tell me like, wow, you smell really good. He didn't ask for a big girl, it was just, you smell really good. Like,
and even for the men, okay?
She said, Lord, thank you for not giving me them big problems. Listen,
because men too, because we are here honest, right? Because women, you have an inner working mechanism. Other people have hanging fruit, okay? And you put hanging fruit with obesity and friction and gathering of, there's a lot happening. You have to tend to yourself as well. Men are responsible to get those. We are roles and stuff. These things exist.
They trickle down to the cracks in the
facts, right? Because you have to sit, so wash, rinse. Sometimes you just have to you
gotta dab after you.
You got to rinse.
But no, it's definitely necessary. And as a plus size person, you just gotta learn how to prevent the stereotype.
And I want to say this. Like, plus size is not only the challenge, but make sure that you are healthy. Yeah. That should be the goal. And sometimes, because of what they put on obesity, and why you have to explain your reason is because society puts obesity as you about to die. Right. You're not gonna make it. It's negative connotation. But you can be big, thick, beautiful, BBWM, Quasimodo-ish. You can be hunchback, one-eyed, but healthy. Like taking care,
Yo.
healthy. I had a thought recently, and I was just like, somebody loved her, and somebody had kids by her, and somebody was intimate with her, even with her public situation. Like it's not necessarily even just being big.
Yeah.
But well, let's know that there are people designed, legit, not just one person in the world will keep count. It's a plethora of people designed who will treat you, admire you, and love you, and take care of you, and be the most intimate with you, despite what society has said. So
Right.
yeah, definitely. That'd be crazy. I gotta go. I'll be working 9:30. I got a real job. Yeah, this working for somebody else in real life, in real time, is designed for somebody else. But this is my last day in the daytime. It'll be overnight next week. You think I'm not sleeping in one of them rooms? I'm about to be out, in and out. 2 hour, 1 hour. Yeah, okay. Go back. Okay, they should be sleeping anyway. But hey, I'm in the CC program.
Gotcha. Well, you know, coming up next.
Yeah, facts.
is Hot Topics.
Hot topics. I gotta get out of here.
Hot Topics.
I gotta go. That was a long break. Okay.
Stick with us. We got more content, more laughter, more BBW and bigness discussions. Here on Fire 716 Big Frank and more. Let's go. Queen said, because listen, all the people on my 600-pound life be married and in relationships.
Listen, my girl Tammy got her a little skinny little black man, and he there for real. He don't want her to lose nothing, man. He trying to.
Jeanette said bye, Frank.
All right, see y'all. Listen, I won't leave like this no more for a good while.
No, because you gonna be going for the rest of the week.
Oh yeah, I'm going for that, but when I get back.
Oh.
I get back. We come back Saturday. We'll be back till Monday. I think that thing to work.
You doing DNP on Saturday?
She said, "Here I am."
Be
Single.
available.
Yeah, be available.
He might have to come pick me up.
All right. We'll make that happen.
Okay.
I need that thing to work by the end of the day. I paid for it, so.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys.
All right,
Bye. But yes, this is the dilemma of the big person. This is our lives and the things that we deal with.
Oh.
Because now he's gone. So camera. Yeah. There you go. Okay. There you go. But no, like this is the life that we deal with. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Preventative measures as a big person.
Please.
Make sure and honestly, some people have not been taught. Like some people have like the women on the brown side of my family, there is not one besides my cousin Ambrosia. There is no skinny person on the brown side of my family. My aunties is chunky. The people they married, with the exception of my Uncle David, chunky. Like grandmama was chunky, just chunky. Like just chunky. Their kids may be small, but every female for the most part is big. My mother was big.
Gotcha.
My dad used to be big. Like my dad up until 2 years ago was big. You know, like he lost 71 pounds now, but like up until 2 years ago, my dad was big.
Gotcha.
So like the need, I didn't know how to manage as a big woman, as a delivered woman. I'll say that because when I was out here in these streets, young studying it, always smelled good, always had the expensive cologne on, always like head to toe effervescent. As a woman coming out of that, I had to learn what proper scents go with a woman, how to properly orchestrate, certain things. And that stuff may not be taught.
Right.
So like, I don't fault every big woman because like, if your mama stank and your grandmama stank, big mama stank, you in a generational stank. Like it's a generational curse. It's a generational curse of stank. So all that stank has come down to the line, and so naturally, if they tell you if they don't teach you how to wash, you're gonna stink. You're gonna keep passing it along. So like for me, like I said, when you bigger, my biggest was over 350.
Oh wow.
So that's why I said you had to learn how to squeeze, make sure there's none stuck in the flats, because like. And it was basic stuff like, okay, you get up, you wipe, but there's still stuff in there. So when you boop, there it is in your drawers. Like it's just it's there. Like it is what it is. Why do I smell? Because there was residue. Like there was residue there. You know what I'm saying? Or like even learning how to put, because they're like, oh, you can't use certain deodorants because it has like iron stuff, and putting stuff that doesn't have like iron things in like deodorant in rolls. Like I had to learn that. So when you sweat, you ain't out here with the nasty boob sweat smell and things like that. But like being bigger is not for the weak. It is not for the weak. And for me personally, like I want to lose weight not because I want to be small, but because I have ministry inside of me and I lost my brother to health conditions. I don't want to die, and I don't want my father to have to bury both of his kids. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my goal is to be healthy so I ain't struggling out here in normal life.
No, for sure. No, that's a fact. It's take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time in the shower. That's it.
Take your time in the
Don't
bathroom.
rush. Don't rush. It's
Use the baby
not a
wipes
race.
in the bathroom. Just do what you gotta do. Touch it up. Fire 716. It's your girl Jay Cherie in the room with me, Kev on air.
yeah.
The boy Big Frank. He got to go out and do his due diligence. We've had a very enlightened conversation about bigness. And if you missed it, go back and watch the replay when we're done.
No, you gotta watch that.
It is pure hilarity. And then we realize, you know, generational curses of stank does exist.
They do
It's
exist.
passed down from generation to generation. And we are out here being curse breakers. That's all I'm saying.
Generational curse breakers.
Yes.
Break the curse.
We out here breaking the stank chain. Hallelujah. But we getting ready to get into these hot topics. 15-year-old shot by a cop after driving a stolen car. So this is what happened. This 15-year-old took this car, I think it's his parents' car, stole the car, and was driving. The police pulled him over and got they got him out the car. He got loose, shimmy, got loose from the car, got back in the car. He told them there's a gun in the car. And he was trying to reach for it to show them that there was a gun in the car. They fired a shot, boom, at the boy. He was still leaned over, so they interpreted he was still trying to reach for the gun. Boom, shot him again. So this 15-year-old unfortunately lost his life due to this unfortunate situation.
Yeah, because it went wrong both ways.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We're not saying that he was right in stealing the car.
No, not at all.
And shimmying from the police. But as a 15-year-old, let's just be honest, those 15-year-old male, he was probably just kind of freaked out. Yeah. I'm gonna just run. Like, let me run, because my parents said if I get caught by the police, you probably need to run. Like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so his mind is, I'm gonna get in the car. There's a gun in here. The cops told him don't reach for the gun, but then once again, like I said, he's 15-year-old. Let me just show them there's a gun in here. Fired 2 shots, and unfortunately, he lost his life over it.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. WWE, Vince McMahon paid women over $10 million in sexual harassment cases.
I can see it,
nigga.
I can see it.
His most recent settlement in 2018, they settled for $7.5 million in sexual harassment. 7.5 mil. She got 7.5 mil.
Oh,
in sexual harassment. He has paid out another 1.8, another 1.7. Like, he has multiple sexual harassment charges, and he never goes to court. He just out here paying these people off. Like, we're not going to do this. I'm just going and just give you this 1.8. Just to calm this down, give you this 1.7 just to calm this down. But yes, his most recent one in 2018, the lawyers negotiated 7.5 million. That was a negotiation.
Yo,
Vince McMahon, you too old for this foolishness.
You've been doing this a long time.
You've been a pervert since 2000 something. Like, because I think the first case was like in 2008.
12 million.
Yeah. So you too old for this. You a little
agreed to pay $12 million to hush sexual misconduct claims.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You out here living foul.
Sir, you too old for this.
Mr. McMahon.
And you a little too close to seeing Jesus to still be acting a fool.
Come
Like,
on.
I'm gonna need you to have an encounter before you mess around and miss the boat. I'm just saying. And the thing is, you using all your WWE
Oh, in the
money.
last 16 years. This is over a 16-year period. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So, sir, get yourself together.
Yeah.
we are all that. Whoo! You just need to
Just stop.
stop. Get yourself together. In other news,
Facts. That's the old pervert.
right? Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg to star in a vampire movie on Netflix.
Let's
It's
go.
called Day Shift. So,
Yes. Oh.
it will be debuting on Netflix this month. The trailer looks interesting. So shout out to Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg for doing this movie. I'm kind of excited to see it.
Yeah.
To see what that's gonna be like
This ain't gonna be
in a
dope.
vampire movie.
Because think about it, last vampire movie Snoop was in was Bone.
I've never seen it.
Blood and Bone? No,
Blood
Blood,
and
and Bone. Bone.
I've
He
never
was-
seen
he-
it.
They killed him and he came back and haunted him. Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it.
What? You gotta watch that.
I'm not a big. This sounds crazy. I'm not a big vampire movie person. Like the last vampire movie I watched was Twilight. I'm gonna be honest, and I watched all 5 movies because they're. I love them.
Okay.
Judge your mother.
Okay.
Judge your uncle.
Okay.
I like Twilight. I can't help it.
that
That's
can't be the only vampire movie.
besides
like,
Vampire in Brooklyn. That's about it.
Blade, like,
Didn't watch Blade.
oh my god. Oh my god. All right, next subject.
Gwyneth says Sue about to be the highest vampire.
Get
But
high
no,
on some-
like I've never been into vampire movies. Like Twilight caught me off guard. Like I didn't even think I was gonna like the movie. Like I was like, I'm gonna at least give it a chance. Watch the first one. I was like, okay, cool, and then followed the series. But outside of Vampire in Brooklyn, I was not a big vampire movie like person. So yeah.
I'm sorry.
Ricky Martin accused of domestic abuse allegations. So they have a restraining order against him already. And it's for his family. It's his mother, his brother, and his nephew. Apparently he's been physically abusing them. And so they got a restraining order and he violated that and abused the nephew again.
Wow.
Like physically abused him. He was out here for real living La Vida Loca. Like, sir, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Like, so now he's facing charges for domestic abuse.
As he should.
Ridiculousness. Last hot topic update on John Gray. So his wife, I believe, went on his page and updated that one of the blood clots did disappear. But he's still on bed rest. He still can't do, he still can't do anything. So she was like, one of the blood clots disappeared. Obviously, she's like, take that devil, things of that nature. So there has been a positive move with the blood clots. Like I said, he's still unable to do a lot. He still can't get up and go to the bathroom, things like that. He's still bedridden, but he did do a phone call to his congregation on Sundays, just so they can hear his voice and feel some form of comfort. So prayers are still going for John Gray, in his family and his church community.
No, for
We
sure.
really are praying that God pulls him through and that he's able to continue to keep doing the works of the Lord. And that's it.
No, for sure.
Just the works of the
Just the
Lord.
work.
No other work. Hallelujah. When we get back, we're going to get into local news and our final thoughts here on Fire 716. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I had to do one John Gray joke. Come on now. Just one. just let him live so you can do the works of the Lord. Stop putting that work in. Just say that. It's all jokes.
But yeah, man. It's crazy world.
I'm like, come on, Ricky. For real, Ricky Martin.
Beating up the whole family, dog.
You old, bruh. Like, you are old. Like, when Living La Vida Loca came out, I want to say he was in his 20s. Like, you were not young. I was a kid listening to Living La Vida Loca. So you at least got to be 50 in your 50s.
God.
Bruh.
He mad he ain't make it further.
I mean, you was in a shiny red shirt and Croc pants, sir.
You was beating people in a red, shiny red shirt?
No, that's what in Living La Vida Loca. He
Oh,
was
right, yes.
in the Croc pants. We only respected you for that one song, sir. Like,
That's it?
and that's because it was catchy. Living La Vida Loca.
Yo.
You was living a crazy life for real. So real talk, like, yo, I gotta bring this up because it happened yesterday. So y'all, me and Kevin was riding home, and I was playing Michael Jackson. And I actually pointed out to Kevin that this one song that Michael Jackson wrote called Morphine was really about his drug addiction, and mad people was hyping this song up, not paying attention that this man was talking about his drug addiction. And Kevin was like, wait, did he just say Demerol? I mean, I told you he was talking about his drug addiction. Like, on the track.
Yo, like, what did he say?
Demerol, oh God, he's taking Demerol.
Right, oh God, he's taking Demerol. Like, what? Did you just turn a song about Demerol into a Frozen jingle?
Like, you missed the beginning. He's like, relax, this won't hurt you. So he's talking about putting the IV in. He was like, hold your breath and count to 10. Don't cry. Like, he was talking about being on drugs. And I'm like,
he was talking about being on drugs.
Oh, like,
the way he was singing it is what took me out. Like, he's on a Broadway show. Like, this could be Addicts Anonymous on Broadway.
Yeah, he was like, before we put it in, close your eyes and count to 10. Don't cry. Don't cry. Like, I keep telling people, like, that was Mike's cry out because he never lied about his addiction to pain meds. Like, he never said I was addicted, but he said, like, it became a challenge to shake it ever since the Pepsi commercial issue. They put him on pain meds, and like the euphoria he got from the pain meds, he never that need to have that euphoria never went away.
Right.
And then like going through all the cases and then having to go through trial for people who were lying and then them having to take naked pictures of him to show it to the court. Like, so for him, it was like, this is my coping mechanism. I'ma just Demerol. Demerol. But I was like, Kevin, this song is literally about him doing drugs. And Kevin was like, wait, what is it? And I was like, Mike was telling stories out here and people was not paying attention.
No, for real.
But they was banging to it. Like, they was like, yo, he taking morphine. Like, go hard. Yo, he's literally talking about being on drugs.
Lit song.
Yeah.
And then they give you that run.
Yeah. So, you know, watch what you're listening to out here. Because, like, the beat was cold. Like, smooth.
No, for real.
Out here telling the world I was struggling with drugs and ain't nobody trying to help me. Yeah. So, you know, while you out here listening to music, be careful what you're listening to. Because, you know, you singing this full voice, not realizing that you singing about Michael's addiction. That's all I'm saying. Poor man.
Yo.
Like, you didn't hear Prince ever come out with a song about being addicted to drugs. And he had a painkiller issue too, because after his hip surgery, he started taking the pain meds.
See? That's crazy.
Yeah. Because his hips was hurting after all them splits and jumping and rolling and everything. After that hip surgery, Prince was taking pain meds too because his hips was still hurting.
Yo.
I was
That's
there
terrible.
for you. You jumping off of drums and going into a split, that's jacking up your hips, sir. And heels. It's not like you in sneakers. You in heels and boots. Like, but yeah, he had an issue with pain meds too.
Dang. Is it unescapable in the music part? Like, dang.
Well, first of all, you have to know what meds they're taking.
Oh,
because like the average person is not getting Demerol. Like, the average human being not out here. Like when I had to go to the hospital a couple of weeks ago, Like, she was like, for the pain that you're feeling, we're gonna give you Toradol. All I know about Toradol, because when I first dislocated my leg, they had to pop my knee back into place, all the other kind of stuff. So they gave me morphine for the ride to the hospital, because I was like, nigga, we ain't leaving this parking lot without something, because each bump was like re-breaking. It felt like it was re-breaking the leg. But when they popped my leg back into place, like before they actually put the X-Fix in, like they had to pop it and then put it in place because my leg was like literally doing that. They were like, we're gonna give you Toradol. Toradol in your IV feels like fire going into your veins, because like it's not like, oh, it's just slowly going. It's like a rush of fire. So like when I was at the hospital a couple weeks ago, she's like, I'm gonna give you Toradol if you had it. It's like, oh God, you about to put fire in my veins. Like,
Yeah.
and it was just literally like, and they do it slow, but it feels like literally flames of fire are going into your veins, and then like 2 minutes later, you feel like no pain.
Oh, God.
Whatsoever. But like when she said that, I was like, oh God, like, you ain't got nothing else. But like that's for extreme pain. So and that's for an average person like me. A celebrity, they like, we gonna give you the good stuff. Like the joints, as soon as you take it, boom, you just out there. So unfortunately, Mike and Prince had access to the good drugs. Like,
Man.
Because ain't no hospital really out here just giving Demerol to people.
No.
Like, oh, you hurt yourself. Let me hit you with this Dem real quick. And like, no. That's celebrity drugs. But yeah, like, I don't fool with pain meds like that.
Nope.
Like,
I don't take pain. I don't take medicine, period. I let my body fight off naturally. Headaches, stomach aches, all that. Pain. I'll wait it out.
No. See, I can't do that. Now with even now with my knee hurting the way it is, I can't wait that out. I need something to take the edge off. And that's the crazy thing about the medical world. Sorry, y'all, just yawning all in your face. I don't like the unfairness of how Black people are treated with pain meds and white people are treated with pain meds. Because like part of the reason why I'm looking for a new knee doctor is because after 3 months, my doctor took me off my pain meds. He was like, you've been on them for 3 months. I'm taking you off. I was in the waiting room at set location. I'm not going to expose the guy. I was in the waiting room at set location. This white woman was sitting next to another young lady having a conversation, and we had the same doctor because she said his name. And she was like, oh, yeah, I have the same. Yeah, I've been on, I was on pain meds for a year, and now they're finally giving me the shot. Like, And I was like, you had this doctor? She's like, yeah. I said, and he let you be on pain meds for a year? She was like, yeah, I just told him I was in pain. Like, I have been in pain. And we wasn't that far away from each other in age. Like, she was clearly in like her late 40s. I'm clearly in my late 30s. So maybe like a 10-year difference. So you can tell me he let you be on pain meds for a whole year, but has me suffering for 3 months. Like after 3 months. And it was like the things in the medical field is just not fair. So like I had to leave him because I was like, I'm about to choke you. Like I'm out here in real pain. You see my knee is swollen. And you was like, we're gonna give you ibuprofen. This woman you was giving a narco to for a whole year.
Oh no.
Right.
What?
Yeah. And it happens often.
That's crazy.
That they you don't need to be in pain.
But did you ever give him the unction that you needed something different?
Yeah.
Other than what they were giving you originally?
No. So when we talked about it, because he asked me,
like after he took you off, did you get like, yo, I really need these?
Yeah, I did.
And he said, we're just gonna.
He was like, because of the opioid crisis, we take knocking people off after 3 months. So like my next appointment, obviously I called him on it.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, so we had a conversation. You said after 3 months, and he was like, and I was like, but this person is in the waiting room waiting for you.
Yeah.
And you let her. She's like, well, she was in extreme pain. So was I.
Right.
Like, well, you're younger than her by 10 years. Like. I was like, it's the point that I was in debilitating pain. Like, whether the age or not, I was still in debilitating pain. You took me off. You left her on for a year.
Right.
Like, be clear. It was because I'm melanated and she's not. Like, let's just be honest with it. Tell your truth, sir.
No, for real. That's crazy.
But yeah, so I was like, gotta get another.
I need me a nice little pill plug. Not gonna hold you.
Wow. So we just gonna admit that on radio?
You know,
Wow. We just gonna
thank God we're not on radio. But
on Facebook
Facebook,
and YouTube.
YouTube. I just need a plug. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. Alright.
Alrighty then.
That's awkward. Like, but no, and the thing is, like, I actually was taking it very sparingly. Like, it wasn't until like I was in extreme pain where it was like, pop one of these. Like,
Right. Yeah.
it was just really like convocation. Convocation was the time I used them the most.
I'm gonna be up for 10 hours.
Yeah, like after convocation, every service have a sandwich and good night. Because it was the running back and forth, and that's when we was at Whirlpool. So now that we got a church over, we had stairs. Yeah, life has become very, very complicated at this point. Yeah.
No, for real.
Like I was like, Lord, if I could drop like a good 15 before convocation, that may help. Like this running is gonna be a lot. But yeah, so yeah, I was like, I'm gonna have to get another doctor because clearly he feels like melanated people are built for pain and the non-melanated are not. Like, but she was in extreme pain, and so
And what do you call this?
like, I'm in so much pain. You see that I'm swollen in my leg right now. Like, he's like, okay, well, we can give you this non-narco that is supposed to help meloxicam, sir.
Hey, bro, stop playing with me.
I had meloxicam when I was walking around here with no ACL and no medial meniscus. And that didn't help when I actually had one, when I didn't have one. So now that I have one, you think that's going? No? Okay. Yes. Yeah. So
I thank God for no broken bones. Cause Lord.
I was doing real well till around the 2000s.
Got you.
Because like I've had surgeries, like I had to have emergency tonsillectomy because cysts were growing on my tonsils and it was making it hard for me to breathe. And so Sisters Hospital almost got sued. Because I went in, I was like, there's something in my throat, like, don't be a perv for people who are watching. I was like, there's something in my throat. And I was like, and it feels like it's blocking my airway. So they were like, oh, it's probably just allergies. We're gonna give you allergy meds. Next day, I was like, there's literally something like in my throat, like I don't feel well. It was like, you gotta give the medicine a chance to get into the system. 2 days later, went back to that same hospital because I'm like, no, I'm gonna have a record. So when I have to sue y'all, I got a record that I was here. I was like, ma'am, I've been taking this meds. It feels like it's getting bigger in my throat, like it's blocking it feels like something is blocking my airway. They finally took an x-ray, saw a cyst this big on my tonsils. She was like, oh my God, we gotta do an emergency tonsillectomy. So they put me out, took the tonsils out. She said as soon as they took it out and put the tonsils with the cyst on it on the tray, it bust open. If that had stayed in my body any longer, that would have busted open in my throat. And I was like, oh, I would have owned this hospital. It's been called Jessica's Chill Spot. Like, oh God, we gonna make sure you healthy, but we gonna heal you. Like, I would have owned Sisters Hospital because I was like, because I told my aunt, because my aunt was driving me back and forth. I told my aunt, I said, if they don't do nothing today, trust and believe. If they find out something is wrong, I'm suing the fool out this hospital. And I was like, they was like, why did it take 3 visits for us to do an x-ray? Why did it take 3 visits for y'all to do an x-ray? Like, it grew in these last couple of days. Yeah. They was like, it was huge. Yeah, and I would have sued the fool out of all y'all. Like, all of y'all, we would have I would have been so millions in the coming to the great. You hear me? Like, wherever I went, my millions would have went with me. Just, where you going, Jessica's Hospital?
Not children, Jessica.
They going to Jessica's Hospital. Where they treat the patient right over there. But yeah, so. But that was like my first major surgery and stuff like that until I tore my ACL and medial meniscus playing basketball in high school. And I didn't realize I tore it. So they put me on like a mobilizer for like 6 months.
Oh wow. Oh,
And
that's terrible.
Yeah, and then in 2005, they did a MRI on it. It was like, ma'am, because mind you, I was wearing heels too, like 4-inch heels, 5-inch heels. Like they took a MRI. It's like, ma'am, we don't know how you're even walking on your leg because there's nothing there. Like there's like your bone is pretty much like doing this. So like there was like it's nothing that for the grace of God that like your leg didn't give out on you while you're in heels. And so they hurry up and got me in and did ACL. And I was like, okay, that's my right leg. I'm good. Not knowing years later the left leg. Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
So next surgery I'm getting is a reduction. Hallelujah. That's it. I was like, I ain't no more surgeries done. I'll pass. Like, I'm pretty sure I jacked up my ankle. It's gonna heal on its own. And next surgery I'm getting is a reduction. That's it.
Yo.
I'm gonna get out to this go away, and then we're gonna get this reduction done.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh. Who that? Okay.
Fire 716, it's your girl Jay Sheree. Big Frank in the morning. Big Frank had to leave the building, go take care of some business. But in the room with me is Kev on air.
Yeah.
Daniel the Dark Knight is out here getting his health together. So, we in here holding it down. We get ready to get into these local news. In Buffalo, 35-year-old man was shot on Thatcher between Kensington and Hutchinson. These areas near my house keep making me more and more nervous. Like, not that I don't trust God, because I know God has a shield of protection around me. But unfortunately, it was a fatal shooting, you know what I'm saying? So, and the police are looking for information. So if you have any information, please contact the police on what you know so we can get to closing this case for this 35-year-old man. Another male was stabbed on East Lovejoy Street near Green Street. There have been one arrest made and one person is in custody in connection with the stabbing, but they believe that there are other people involved in it. So the police are requesting that you give info on this. He did survive though.
Okay.
But it's the point. It's the point that the warmer Buffalo gets, the more stabbings and shootings is going on. like,
Yep.
and ridiculous. Also, there was a major accident near the Galleria Mall yesterday. And I actually found this out doing Uber. I was going to pick up a ride, and there was 4 ambulances, police cars. The front of one car was completely destroyed. Side of another car was completely destroyed, and then a white truck was on the side. So they somehow was involved with the accident, and they had to get both individuals out of the car and put them on the stretcher.
Wow.
So it was a major accident. No updates have been given yet in the Buffalo News, but we'll definitely be following the story.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and like to see it firsthand, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, so I pray that everybody made it,
right
in that situation, because the 2 cars were tore up. So I don't know how it didn't. Like, it must have been somebody in the wrong lane, not paying attention and going full speed, smacking into another car. But yeah. In Niagara Falls, 60-year-old Angelise Vasquez is reported missing. So if you have any information on her location, please report it to the Niagara Falls Police. They are looking to bring her home safely. Another young man just went home safely. He was on alert. They found him, and he is alive and well, and he was melanated. So I was like, thank you.
for sure.
But no, if you have the information on Angelise Vasquez, please contact the police, or if she is with you, please contact the parents so they can make sure that she gets home safely. We're getting ready to get into our final thoughts. Kev on air, what you got?
Stay vigilant.
Stay focused. Keep God in your mind. Sweet and simple.
Okay. My final thought: no eating after 8 o'clock is for the birds. Because you be starving doing a radio show. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, my final thought is just like in Big Girl Chronicles. It's time to be fearless. You know, we cannot continue to keep letting life circumstance determine how we're going to step out, how we're going to operate, and how are we going to become our best selves. We have to get to the place where we are determined, no fear.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, my apostle said something to his wife, and she shared it with us in his transition. He said, only faith.
Mm.
And, you know, in this season, it can't be no fear, only faith. So this is your edition of Big Frank in the Morning.
Yes.
We will not be with you guys tomorrow
Unfortunately.
because unfortunately out here we got lives going on outside of this. But join us again on Thursday where we're going to be equally as lit as we were today.
Bigly.
Because the next question of the day. Oh yeah.
You gotta tune.
You gotta tune in to see it, but it's definitely going to be a conversation starter. So join us again on Thursday. Big Frank in the Morning. Let's go.
Hey. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Hey.
We off.
Come create at Hanley Studios, 545.
It's Fire 716.
Let's go!
It's Big Frank in the Morning. Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air. Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716.